What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We're going to be talking about a recent option play that I just made that netted me over 200% in gains and a little over $1,500 in overall profits. So we're going to talk about this AMD put here. As you can see that we alerted in our Discord, which you can join with the first link down in the description below, guys. This is where we do our daily buy and sell alerts, especially with stock options. If that's something that's interesting or sounds interesting to you guys, I really recommend hitting that first link down in the description below and getting joined up for absolutely free today. We also are offering a free trial where you can literally get our premium membership for 7 days for free, no credit card required, and it's an obviously great membership to be a part of, and one that of course we really recommend you guys joining and hitting that join link as well. But let's talk about this AMD play, and I'll break down some of my methodology behind it and what I was thinking overall. So I alerted this AMD play as more of a long-term swing trade back on February 13th. We're going to head on over to TradingView here, and here is the AMD chart. As you can see right around here, this was basically the entry point. It was on February 13th around about 10:30, right? The chart wasn't doing super hot. We saw a little bit of move kind of below these couple of MA lines that we typically like to use to gauge momentum. RSI was starting to get very hot, and the MACD was starting to dip below that orange line. Once that happened, I found a relatively good entry point to make, and I ended up buying a couple of contracts of that put right around this area. We then started to see a lot of consolidation here towards that end of market close session and then on to the next days. Now you're probably thinking, well, look what happened the next day. Wasn't that put probably down 30, 40 to 50%? And you would be correct. However, the ultimate thesis with that specific put was not a simple day trade, right? This was a option play that I wanted to make over the course of the next coming days. And that's why even though we had this massive jump in price, I still knew that my fundamental analysis was still correct. And I still knew that I was willing and able to hold the rest of my contracts in full. As things continue to happen, we continue to see a push towards that upside in that market session, and that put did not really increase in value. It really lost value quite a bit that day. However, over the coming next couple of days, we saw day after day intermarket session, we saw continually massive gap downs towards the downside as more and more of these price action levels continue to drop below these MA lines. What happens when the price action drops below these MA lines? Well, we can zoom in a little bit here and take a closer look. Look at this specific market session open right here. We are below all of the major MA lines, which are typically what I like to use to determine the momentum of the overall stock. Since we've dropped below them and continue to stay below them, more than likely we're only going to continue to move in a bearish kind of movement or momentum or direction, right? And that's what we only continue to do day after day until finally we really kind of bottomed out around here, around $77 per share. Now, what I want to show you guys even more is that if you take a look over here at this AMD put that I alerted, obviously in the Discord, we had about a 16% gain on the first day that I alerted it, right? I wanted to tell that or put that out there because, again, sometimes I do like to cut a contract or two just to take some profits in order to not get out with nothing in case the trade does go completely sideways. But if we scroll down all the way here, we can see down here, this was on 217. AMD was up over 191% in literally just that day, and then it jumped up to about 206% gains, and I fully closed out my position on 217 out of that with about a $1,500 gain in general, guys. And this is why I really want you guys and recommend you guys to join the Discord. These are the types of plays that we're putting out on a daily basis. We're trying to get all this information out. It's like a trade journal. We are obviously trading these stocks and talking about them on a daily basis, which only helps expand not only our knowledge, but also your knowledge of what stocks are, what stock options are, and of course, how to trade them ultimately. And I think that it's an amazing community full of like-minded individuals that you will really enjoy being a part of. So hit that first link if you haven't already, guys. Other than that, though, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.